Hey, we are back with another game of Monsterhearts. Our show here, Gamebound, is a little show where we play one-shots in series of things that we wouldn't normally do a big old campaign out of. But honestly, at this point, Monsterhearts is turning out to be like a full campaign in and of itself.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
yeah, wasn't this going to be like 3-4 episodes?
Something like that. Yeah, but then the whole like homecoming week thing came up, and we were like, I guess an episode for each day of the homecoming week. And,
it only makes sense.
It does make sense. I really like Monsterhearts, specifically our game.
It's funny because it started off kind of just completely, totally as a joke, and then it slowly become like more serious.
Very serious, yeah.
Very serious. Did you remember where we left off?
I do.
Was?
Yeah, so let's give a little bit of a recap before we get started here.
Yes, please.
So I guess let's go like by character, right? So in terms of what Gree's up to, he just gave some ibuprofen to Brandon, the delinquent of the high school, and basically convinced him that it would give him superpowers like Gree. Because Brandon earlier saw Gree.
I broke his arm.
You broke his arm. Yeah, you like shoved him across a parking lot. So he's probably strutting around the school right now, thinking he's hot stuff.
He got beat up, didn't he?
Probably.
He left with him like he went and tried to approach him, beat someone up, and he got destroyed or something.
I know I joked about it. I don't think we ever actually saw a scene of that, but yeah, that's probably what will happen is he'll come back to you and be like, it didn't work.
I told him it wouldn't necessarily work.
Gray is also basically prisoner right now of Quinn, of Miss Quinn. Zaf uses his hypnosis powers to drag him to the school. Because Miss Quinn just wants, Miss Quinn just wants to take care of you, Gree. She just wants to protect you from the evil Mr. Pearson. Don't worry about it. You're in safe vampiric hands.
Sure.
And you did promise that you'd go to the to homecoming with Iceland, but Miss Quinn shut that down immediately and was like, absolutely not. Grease will be out in the open. Mr. Pearson is going to be a chaperone of that night, so like, absolutely no. And so Grease like, sorry, and Iceland went off to find someone else to be her homecoming partner. We also know that Gree is part of a secret like government experiment.
Part of a set.
Yeah, he's part of a group of 10 children called the Set. Who, like apparently have superpowers and are being trained to do government assassin work or something. Still unclear on a lot of the details there. But Mr. Pearson wants to get you back. He tried to recruit you the nice way. It's possible he will now resort to less nice ways of trying to get you back.
Hey.
Yeah. And I think that's pretty much all that's going on with Gree right now. Zaf, man, what hasn't been turning up Zaf, right? Like, Zaf is,
I don't know,
slowly making his girlfriend insane and evil.
Not very slow anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. Evil is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah. Well, someone lost an eye because of your beholding her.
Zaf. Yeah. So funny. That's pretty good. But yeah, Zaf has been drinking the blood of his girlfriend, Cassie Chandler. And when she was freaked out about it, he just hypnotized her and said, it's fine. You like this. You love it, in fact. And,
which she does.
She does now. At least she thinks she does. And so, yeah, she's been going a little crazy. She tried to get you to like go too far last time and like drink her blood to death.
Which I said no to. I'm not a bad person.
Keep telling yourself that, Zaf. And then Amy showed up with Todd. They were going to come to the new makeout spot, and you guys were there. They definitely saw the weird Fang situation. Todd tried to cover for you, Zaf, and but Amy was just mainly turned on by everything that was happening. And so she was basically
she's the real villain here.
Wow. I can't believe you right now. Amy confronted you afterwards and was like, hey, listen, you want me. Don't lie to yourself. You want me. And Zaf was like, nope, I don't. And she was
truly don't.
Yeah, and you drove her a little crazy, and so she confronted Cassie in the parking lot, and Cassie balled the keys into her fists and slammed it into Amy's eyeball. That's where we last off with Zaf stuff. Also, I guess Miss Quinn has been keeping you on a tight leash. There was definitely some tense stuff between you guys for a while there. You killed a dude accidentally by letting your vampiric stuff go too far. A liquor store worker.
Yeah.
That was a while
I was just
ago.
trying to get alcohol for the party.
Yeah, of course. And Miss Quinn is basically like, you're having detention with me every day. We're going to like train and you need to be able to control yourself. And I think that's basically what's happening with Zaf right now. Iceland, on the other hand, is having a weird mix of stuff happen to her. So she knows that she needs to get to homecoming. She still feels it in her gut. And to that end, she has managed to convince Garrett, her new jock boyfriend, to come to homecoming with it, to finally accept the fact that he is in love with her and that he needs to just own up to it and not try to like dance around it and be embarrassed by his jock friends finding out about it. And he did, you convinced him. And so he is Team Iceland now. He's taking you to homecoming. But Iceland has a bunch of other stuff going on with her. I mean, she's been dead for a while. She's a ghost. And so, but one thing she did figure out is that somehow she was also involved in the set. Like she saw herself in a picture of the children. And she's really confused. Her memories are starting to get jumbled together. She doesn't know what's real anymore. It's kind of a hard time for Iceland right now. We'll see what ends up happening with all that stuff. Apparently Miss Quinn got her killed. A priest was involved. Who knows? Yeah.
I got him killed somehow.
Apparently, yeah.
And he might be the scientist. I don't know what's happening.
There's a lot of mixed streams here. So we don't really know what's real with Iceland, but we will find out. So I think the first thing we start on is we start in a police car. We see Officer Garrity. One of the I believe Officer Garrity was the Caucasian of the two police officers who showed up to the clearing when you guys were there last episode, skipping school. And had a little conversation with you, give you a ride once Zaf explained the situation back to school. But it was Garrity, and I can't remember the name of the other cop, African-American dude. But it's fine. We just won't say his name in this scene. I won't give him a new name to contradict anything we may have said in the past. But I know at the very least one of the guys
way to forget the black guy's name. Jeez.
Well, to be honest, I don't even know. I'm not entirely confident which one was named that, but I think it was the white guy. Either way, one of them is named Officer Garrity, and we see them pull up in a squad car. We don't see. They're in the suburbs somewhere of whatever this town's name is. What's the name of this town? I have forgotten.
Jeez, Caleb, you're supposed to be remembering.
Emmett Falls. Population 60,000. So we see, Emmett Falls PD pull up in their squad car, and I think maybe Garrity is just like, he reaches down to a file and opens it briefly, and he just closes it again and sets it down, and he's like, "Whew, gotta be honest, and I think we decided that this guy is played by the guy who plays Kronk in Emperor's New Groove. So big burly white guy who has this deep voice, and he just says, "I gotta tell you, I've worked in this town for quite a while, and never seen anything quite like this before. She's a good girl. I don't know what could have possessed her to act out like this." And the other guy shrugs, and he's like, "Well, I guess we're gonna find out." And Garrity nods, and they come out of the squad car. We see that it's Friday, right, of Spirit Week, and it's morning. We cut to the while they're walking up, we kind of to get random cuts back to the school letterboard outside. So we see the janitor or the custodian or whatever, like putting the new letterboard stuff on, and it's Friday. It's school spirit day, and then we see the cops walk up to the door, and we recognize now it's Cassie's house, and they knock on the door. Cassie's dad opens it. Can I help you, officers? And Gary just says, "Yes, we're looking for your daughter. Is Cassie Chandler here by chance?" And he just frowns. The dad just frowns and turns back, and we just cut from there. And we see Cassie on the couch now, right, being grilled by these two police officers, and she has such apathy on her face, right? She just doesn't seem to care about the situation. And she just says, "I already told you everything I know, officer." And the cops just glance at each other. You can tell they're like really frazzled by what her answers have been throughout this interrogation. And Gary just says again, he just says, "Miss Chandler, I don't think you quite understand the seriousness of this situation. The Amy Baker, yeah. The Bakers have pressed assault charges against you, and in this situation, even though you have an impeccable record otherwise, this is a serious situation, especially for a town like Emmett Falls. You permanently damaged a young girl's face for life. She can't see out of that eye anymore. Do you understand what you did?" And she just looks at him and just shrugs. And you can see her dad and mom in the corner just what is going on? And the cops just get to their feet and then all right, well, we'll be in touch. I don't think I have to say this exactly, but don't go anywhere, Miss Chandler. There's going to be a further investigation. There'll be a court date. We'll be talking to your parents. And they leave. And we follow the officers out. The door closes behind them, and we just hear yelling from the house, but it's incoherent, right? We can tell that the dad is just flipping on Cassie, and the officers walk out. They cringe slightly as they start to hear this, and they just walk to the squad car. Where do we want to pick up exactly? Let's try to remember. I'm trying to think what goals you guys have. I think Gree right now is kind of just in a holding pattern, right?
Yeah, if I remember right, I was literally, it was kind of the thing where it was if they'll let, see, I'm trying to remember. I remember something along the lines of, if I just go with them, they'll let Iceland go or something like that. I don't remember. I was
go with, well, I mean, Iceland's right now.
Maybe I'm thinking it was a campaign, but I thought I specifically went and agreed to be captured essentially, so that she would leave Iceland alone. Am I remembering wrong? It's been a while.
Well, I mean, you went to Quinn, right? And just accept it. Yeah, you know what? I think there was something there. I don't know if it was Iceland specific per se, but it was certainly you guys had a conversation about what's been going on with Iceland with Miss Quinn. I am trying to remember the details of that myself. I did watch back through the episode, but either way, I know that Gree is laying low. Iceland is also laying low, but not as worried as Gree and just focused on getting to homecoming. I don't think Quinn had anything specific she demanded of you guys except for just lay low. Yeah, I don't remember.
I thought I was I thought you said I was her prisoner.
I mean, yes. But
I thought she wasn't letting me go to school.
Oh, well, you were at school on Thursday though.
No, but that Thursday, and at that Thursday afternoon is when it happened. Oh wait, no, I'm remembering.
No, because you stayed around. Yeah, exactly. Well, because Quinn basically just said Mr. Pearson is not going to show up today, so you're fine.
Okay.
And I think you're probably so the thing with Quinn is she wants to keep you wherever she is. Right? Especially because of what happened last time. She would just keep you locked up in her house, but you escaped last time, so she's not confident that's going to hold you. So basically, I think at this point she's just keeping you wherever she can get her hands on you, and counting on her vampiric senses and stuff to make sure that you don't escape her from the school or the house, wherever. So you're just coming back home with her at night and coming to school with her during the day. As far as Zaf, I think the only thing that was going on with him right now is just with Cassie, right? He's just living his life, and then Quinn training him and stuff. Iceland is the one who had the big goal of either getting to homecoming is still on the horizon, but she also promised Gree that she would go sneak into the nuclear power plant and check out the project, right? The program rather. So I don't know if that's something that Iceland still wants to do. I think it, it's still kind of up in the air whether or not she was going to take that risk. That's the only thing I can think of right now that doesn't depend on the passage of time. So would Iceland have done that before this point, before the morning of the Friday?
Yeah, I'm debating if she would do that like that Thursday night or if she'd do that Friday night, because she would go at night for sure.
Yeah. And it's fine if you don't want to do it now. We could do it at the end of this session or the beginning of next session.
I feel like she'd probably do it Friday night just to like, because like Quinn was like, you need to lay low. So like give it like a day kind of a thing. And like, the closer she is to homecoming, the less risk there is kind of a thing of like getting caught or like whatever.
Yeah.
So she would prefer to like keep it as close to homecoming as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Cool. So I think the first thing we start with is Gree, you show up with Miss Quinn, right? And we have some early school stuff, homeroom and whatnot. And I think Brandon comes up to you pretty early in the day, and you can tell that he has like a black eye. He's limping slightly. He just seems worse for wear.
Good.
And he walks up to you and like grabs you by the like collar, and then if you do anything in response whatsoever, he'll flinch and immediately let go.
Probably I do this.
Yeah.
Like
he's just like, listen, Gree, it didn't work, okay? I took all 3 of those stinking pills and it didn't work.
Are we like, where are we again exactly? Where'd you see?
Probably like right before homerooms, like in the hallway outside or whatever.
Like, dude, shut up. Be quiet. Look, I told you they were specifically meant for me and they wouldn't necessarily help you.
Bull crap. You didn't give me the right stuff. You don't want me to have superpowers.
He's not wrong.
What, do you think I'm gonna like butt in on your territory or something? Is this your town to protect?
Look at you. I'm not laughing at this stupid moron.
I know.
I remember like, dude, you've got a black eye. What were you trying to do? Were you protecting someone? Were you going out and doing things? What were you doing?
Well, someone was gonna tell on me for smoking in the back room of the, and I just decided, listen, I've been pushed around too much this semester specifically, and I had it. And so I told him, listen, you don't want to mess with me, because if you do, and I didn't really say a whole lot else.
Brandon,
I just kind of tried to punch him, and then he grabbed
something.
my arm, and then he twisted it, and
with great power comes great responsibility. Good kick that is straight.
Great. Did you just quote Spider-Man at me? Is that what you did?
Is it not true?
Do you think I'm stupid?
Kinda. Dude, you think you get special? You
special treatment?
I give you
for taking superpower pills? I assumed so.
And then,
yes.
And then you go out and pick a fight because someone does something small, is telling the teachers you were smoking. You can't just beat someone up for no reason. Even if something...
Right, Gree. You can't beat someone up for no reason. So why did you throw me across a freaking parking lot touching you?
Remind me the context of that? Because I forget. I remember I was trying to sneak in.
I think the worst that he did in that situation was basically... I definitely touched you and like grabbed you.
Didn't he startle me?
I think he probably was like trying to... He was trying to ask you about like, why are you skipping school? Like, what's going on? And then we were just in a hurry, so you just wanted to get in as soon as possible. So you like just got him out of the way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I wasn't sure if he surprised me. And I was like, look, I'm sorry. It's hard to control. I'll admit, but so
it's hard to control. Wait. Are you saying that there's like some sort of specific thing I'm supposed to do to like activate it every time I need it?
Dang it.
You gotta tell me these things, man.
Well, look, maybe it needs to take another day.
Okay.
It might not work, but maybe it has a longer.
So yeah, agree. I think you need to roll at this point, right? So just go ahead and roll to shut him down.
What's that again?
I think is cold. I need to open up the doc for this again.
I do not have any strings on him.
Heart.
And I can get +1 because I'm lying.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with cold. We'll see if you can basically just like get him to at least stall him long enough that you're not going to be able to have to have this conversation right now.
Give me a second. Let me just double
wait
read
around
my moves.
Yeah, be cold.
Okay, I get +1. I just get +1 because I'm lying.
Yeah.
Lie to Brandon.
Yeah, I mean 9's obviously
could be worse.
Could be worse. Could be much worse. Let's see. You come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. Choose one from below, but you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. So if you look at shut someone down, they lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. I don't think you have a string on them yet. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward. So you can choose one of those options that are beneficial to you.
What was the second one?
Second one is they lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward.
I don't want to gain a string on him just because this has been the biggest pain in my side.
And
I'd rather have him. A string on him right now would have been very helpful.
And we list strings on the character sheet, right? So if you already had one, it would be there. Okay, cool.
It was at 0.
I just want to make sure that we weren't.
Okay.
And then, you come across poorly, and they give you a condition in return. So I'm trying to think of exactly
like holding out on him.
I mean, he's already thinking that. I'm trying to decide what this is referring to. Oh, here we go. The difference between a 10 up result and a 7 to 9 is whether or not you manage to pull it off looking cooler and suave, or tarnish your own reputation a little bit in the process. Okay, so you did succeed. So you managed to shut him down for now, but it comes off awkwardly. Like it's probably too obvious that you're lying to him just to get him to go away, and he'll realize that pretty quickly. But for now, you're good. And I guess I'll give you the condition.
Liar.
No, you already have it, right?
No, I have suicidal, hypnotized, and sick.
Oh, right. You just get a thing for lying. Okay.
Yeah, I have a condition.
Liar is the one that makes the most sense then. Okay, cool. Cool. Yep. So you managed to push him off for now. He's just like, so you said like, take another day, and he's just like, okay, all right. I'll be patient. Okay. Sorry, I snapped at you.
You're fine. Just chill out, man. Like I told you, like, who knows? I've never done this before, so I don't really know what I'm doing in that sense either. So just give it some time. Okay,
chill out. Hey, speaking of that, do you happen to know? Do you have any the stuff you use to chill out around?
Dude, I don't use anything like that.
Some help you are. All right. Bye, Gree. And he just like walk away. Yeah, so he takes off. Is there anything in particular you wanted to do yourself during the school day? Or are you just kind of laying low?
I'm just laying low.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what else to do.
That's fine. Yeah, so we see you, the scene ends there, and then we see Zaf walk past you in the camera, in the shot, to get into homeroom, and we follow you in, Zaf. And as soon as you walk in, you obviously see Cassie in her normal spot, but you see some of the girls like looking behind them at her. Amy is not there at school, and they're like obviously whispering about Cassie. You can take this in pretty quickly, and then Todd catches your eyes and just says, Zaf, come here.
I walk up to him.
Sit down.
I sit down.
Yeah, and he's just like, listen, Zaf. Your girlfriend went psycho on Amy yesterday. Please tell me you know something about this.
What, she like told her off or something? Amy's...
No, she literally destroyed her eye. She hit her in the face with her keys, Zaf.
What?
So you don't know anything about this?
No.
Zaf, listen. You're a vampire, right? So you probably know all about like puncture wounds and whatnot. So you're telling me that you didn't do anything to Cassie to make her attack Amy, right?
No, did Amy attack her first?
I don't think so. Listen,
Amy... I wouldn't put it past her.
Amy's a huge B word, but like that doesn't mean that she is just gonna like punch someone or whatever, okay?
I don't know. She was coming on to me pretty strong yesterday.
Yeah. No. That's not the issue here. Well, wait. Are you saying that Amy is the problem here?
Dude, I don't know.
Because Amy's the one who got her eye popped.
Yeah, but like, did she instigate it?
Zaf, why are you asking that? What is wrong with you?
Look, man, I don't know what happened.
Go talk to Cassie.
I just don't look suspicious if I talk to her.
I listen, if the cops come asking around about what happened and they want to interrogate me for some reason, I don't know what I'm going to say if they ask me anything about her boyfriend, because I gotta be honest.
Whoa, so you're gonna rat me out to the cops because I had nothing to do with something that happened between two other people.
Listen. I am starting to seriously flip out, and I don't know how much longer I can hide the fact that my best friend is a vampire.
Go over his mouth.
Exactly, yeah. Just in time for him to... Sorry. Okay. Go talk to Cassie.
I stand up and walk over to Cassie.
She looks up to you, looks up at you and says, "Oh, hi, Zaf."
Cassie, what did you do yesterday?
What do you mean? What did I do yesterday? You.
Cassie, this is not a time to joke. This is not funny.
She's like, I don't understand.
There were cops at your house?
Oh, about that?
You mutilated our classmate?
Okay, who did Todd give you some stupid story about? Okay,
listen, what happened?
Can we? I'm pretty sure that Mr. Murphy's going to be here in any second. Can we talk after class, please?
No, we have to talk right now.
She looks around. Okay, we have a couple minutes. Come here, and she like stands up and walks out of the room.
I like follow her, but fast enough where she can't lead me anywhere but like right outside the classroom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so
we're not going to the janitor's closet.
She starts getting a little bit closer, right, to that sort of situation, and you grab her arm and she turns back and she says, "Yeah, Zaf, I did it, okay? Is that what you want to hear?" She confronted me in the parking lot and basically told me to back off or she was going to make my life a living hell. So I decided to make hers one instead.
Cassie, do you realize how insane that sounds?
And she kind of like stares at you and we see like a little twitch on her face and she blinks hard. Listen, Amy got what was coming to her. She's been a complete B word all semester. I mean, pretty much probably her entire life. So someone was going to do that to her eventually.
I mean, I don't disagree.
I guess it probably was going to end up being her domestic abuser husband, but.
Whoa, that is too far, Cassie.
Zaf, what do you want me to say? That I'm sorry for what I did?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want you to say.
Well, I'm not. Is this going to be a problem?
Yeah, I think it is.
So, I mean, this is obviously leading towards some sort of role. I'm just trying to figure out what your angle is going to be. Is it basically just to guilt her into trying to dredge up what remains of her conscience to the surface?
Yeah, she's being insane right now. Like she's never been before.
Mm-hmm. Sure. So I'm trying to decide what this game does not give us a lot of options for convincing people of things. So I guess you're going to be rolling turn someone on, right? You're just going to be using your boyfriend status to try to
shut her.
I don't think so, because like this is the thing. Shutting her down, she's already as cold as she can be. Like this is trying to get her to feel something. So this is I think the angle that Zaf is going to have to take here, right? Is I'm your boyfriend. I'm going to break up with you or something. Like get her to feel along those angles. Like I care about this, and so that means you should care. Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and roll with hot. You typing stuff?
I forgot about the novels.
What a mistake that was to put that in the UI. Whoever decided to do that was not thinking straight.
Well, helps remember what happened,
I suppose.
They are pretty comical, so you know.
They can be. Sometimes I don't think the time it takes is worth it, but
wow, Caleb. Wow.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Whoa.
Cassie, are you being insane? Yeah, Amy is also crazy and maybe deserved a punch in the face, but certainly not living her life with only one eyeball. Also, Todd almost disposed me in front of the whole homeroom. Cassie, your choices affect more than just yourself. Partial succeed. Oh, wow, you wrote so much that it went off the...
it overflowed.
Template. Yeah.
Okay, I wrote pretty fast for writing all that. Okay.
That's fair. Partial succeed on this is on a 7 and 9. They can either give you a string or choose one of the reactions. And the reactions are: I give myself to you, I promise something I think you want, or I get embarrassed and act awkward. I usually hate in these situations to choose an option that's just going to stall things. So I don't necessarily think that I want her to like promise something I think you want, which is just like, let's forget about this. Let's go make out in the closet and you'll forget all about this, honey. Like that's not what she's going to do. So I think, but I think the best you're going to get out of her right now is I get embarrassed and act awkward. So I think what happens is she immediately starts crying, right? You say this and she just blinks again and then she just Zaf, I didn't know that this was gonna. I'm sorry. I just thought that she was just such a. Please don't think less of me. Okay. I don't know what I'd do if I lose you. And then she just starts like melting down a little bit. I mean, I think probably at that point, Mr. Murphy's like walking up to the door and like looks over. It's like, all right, guys, homeroom's about to start. So if you guys want to take your seats.
I think I send Cassie inside and go to find Miss Quinn.
What do you say to Murphy?
I just kind of go like, Cassie, go inside.
Okay, can we talk later, please?
Yeah, we can talk later.
Okay. And then she just like, walks in.
I just kind of like look at him and I'm just like, I have to do some stuff and just walk away. It's homeroom.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, but he does say, he's just like, okay.
It's homeroom and I'm Zaf Tres.
See you around, Zaf. And he just walks in, yeah. So, yeah, you just go to Miss Quinn then?
Yeah.
And I assume you're going to be like, what did I do? Help me.
Not what did I do, but what do I do?
What do I do? What do you actually say to her? So she's in her office.
Oh, she's in her office. She doesn't have a homeroom class?
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay. I just go up and I'm like, I just heard what Cassie did last night.
And you can tell already walking in the door that her entire demeanor is just icy. And she just turns to you. She says, wow, it only took you how long? Let's see. 5. It only took you 16 hours.
For what? You were probably on school grounds when it happened. You'd be the first to know. Why didn't you tell me?
She just stares at you long and hard.
How am I supposed to figure that out?
Zaf, you have shown an utter disregard for the consequences of your actions. And she stands up and like walks very slowly over to the door, shuts it behind you.
Oh no.
And just looks at you.
Oh.
And she just says, right now, Zaf, you're going to give me one reason. One reason why I should not kill you right now. I cannot risk you anymore.
It would probably be pretty suspicious if I turned up missing after my teacher had already seen me out of his homeroom outside.
I'm sure I think I'll take the risk, Zaf. Well, one reason. What do you have to say? And she still has like her hand on the door and is just like leaning over you.
I'm really trying to figure out what Zaf would say at this point because he's like, this is bad.
It's very bad.
You don't say.
Because if you're going to do it, you should probably let me clean up my Cassie mess first.
Okay. I think that is definitely a roll. Yeah. Probably, shut someone down, right? You're just trying to stop this very quickly. I was gonna say it's either that or keep your cool, but both of them are cold, so it doesn't matter too much. So I think it's shut someone down.
Time for a new novel.
Oh,
fail.
No. I failed, but I did. I just earned my last experience.
Got an advancement?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Please don't kill me, Miss Quinn, or maybe do. I don't even know anymore, even though I'm Zaf Tresnor. Yeah, what are you going to take for your advancement?
You know, is there a move from another skin that's like, don't get killed by somebody else?
There might be. Let's take a look here.
Because I'm like, I don't have the whole thing, but I can take a move from any skin if that would help me in this circumstance.
Yeah. I guess we have.
Ooh, I haven't read this completely yet, but strange impressions from mine. When a main character either harms you or helps you heal, you can respond by studying them with wide eyes. If you do, temporarily gain one of their skin moves and add it to your... Oh, that doesn't help. Never mind.
Where are the actual...
Not to throw myself in this mix, but I do wonder if I would have followed him.
Followed...
Zaf.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like you were pretty much probably already in homeroom when this was all happening.
Yeah, but I mean, I could have gone to the bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want to be here, there's probably going to be a role involved at this point to have like noticed stuff.
I don't know.
Real quick, I'm gonna glance through the.
I just like want to be involved in everything.
Yeah, well, you are a ghost, so it does make sense. But
I'm nosy.
Let's see. Isn't there like a just take Limitless? You could walk through walls and fly.
Wait, yes. Wait, can I really take that?
Take a move from any skin, Zaf. That's what it says.
I'm gonna take that.
Listen, what's your explanation for this? We need some sort of explanation.
I have an idea. Some vampires obviously can turn into bats and turn into mist.
Oh, yeah.
I turn into mist. Other moves. Add
going through walls, kind of.
Limitless is the name of the move.
Limitless.
You turn into a bat and mist. Okay.
Mist away through walls.
Not really.
Someone is about to kill you.
Well, does it say specifically when someone's about to kill you?
No, I'm just writing that for my own.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just for my own.
So what's funny about this is like this is the sort of like horrible Deus Ex Machina crap that I hate in stories. But the only way it works is because there is a game mechanic that is also part of the story, and because you have this available to you, we as the audience know that it's okay that once you get an advancement, you can take a move from any skin. So this is okay.
And I happen to have had poor experience before that roll.
Yes. So you obviously fail to shut her down, right? So,
yeah.
And so before you get to turn into mist, there is something that happens, right?
Yeah.
So she just says, I am far more confident in my ability to clean up your mess than for you, than for your, she says that for me to clean up your mess. And honestly, I don't want to risk any further messes you might possibly create. So, really, there's only one mess left, and that's you, Zaf.
The mess you created in the first place.
And it's the mess I will clean up. And we noticed that in her other hand, she's had a steak the entire time.
And in the other hand, a chicken breast.
No. And so she goes to kill you. What do you do?
I think she just like goes to kill me, and then as soon as the wooden stake is like touching my skin, I just like
pop. I'd like to think the mist is like red too, so it looks like you just like popped like a blood balloon, but like it doesn't like splatter. It just like boop, and then like floats there, and then you just like drift back through the doorway.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And she's just staring, and I think if this was like a novel, we'd be in her perspective right now, and she'd be thinking like, oh crap, Zaf is more powerful of a vampire than I thought, and now I really have made a mess. Because like for her, obviously she would know that this is a possibility for vampires, but she was like assuming that it would be it'd be a long time before you'd have something like this. Yeah. The thing is, she's also a vampire. So now that we know that vampires can do this, I think she also turned into a gray mist.
Yeah, but she can't like kill me in mist form.
No, but she's going to chase you wherever you're going to go. So where does Zaf run? Or, fly.
I go to homeroom.
Zaf, you just appear as a blood cloud in the middle of homeroom.
In like the corner of homeroom.
Where I'm sitting?
I was gonna say. So
okay.
Where Noah and Ben are sitting.
I mean, like, I go. So there's the door.
No one would be suspicious.
What's that miasma hanging around by the nerds? It's just their BO.
Honestly, if you did that in front of Grief, he'd probably be like sounds about right.
It's just the Axe body spray that they've tried to use to get rid of their stench.
Yeah, I think I literally just like go to a back corner and try and just like float towards the being near the floor so nobody's really noticing me.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean that's definitely a roll. I think it's cold.
Okay.
I think it's cold to what's it called? Keep your cool. Right?
Isn't there only one door into this room?
Yeah.
There is, yeah. When you keep your cool and act despite fear, name what you're afraid of and roll with cold. What are you afraid of, Zaf? Being seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Go ahead and roll with cold. Okay, partial success. On a 7 and 9, the MC will tell you how your actions would leave you vulnerable, and you can choose to back down or go through with it. So obviously, it's that Gree notices. And yeah, notices in such a way that like immediately clues him into the fact that this is like supernatural. Because like he's a familiar enough at this point with like ghosts and other things like that, and you being hypnotic and whatever, that he at least recognizes that this is not normal. It's some sort of supernatural thing that's happening in front of him. Are you willing to take that?
Oh yeah, that's fine if Gree sees me.
Yeah,
I probably what happens is I see the mist. I'm like, that's Zaf, isn't it? It's always Zaf.
Is it in a way that if you've said that Gree is the one who notices me, if I go by his desk, can I retransform into vampire?
If you do that, Ben and Noah will definitely notice.
Do I really care?
That's the question. Will anyone believe the nerds anyway?
Truly? Look, we have this is one of our last sessions. It's gotta be.
It's true. We're starting to get into the avalanche of Apocalypse World games.
Look, I just need to, if I reappear, Quinn can't kill me in front of this whole classroom without
it's true.
Major consequences.
You are going to bring up the fact that people saw you leave, but no one saw you came back.
Yeah, it's like really early in the morning. They just didn't notice. I'm reappearing. Okay.
So you reappear. But one thing you didn't realize that that would happen when you took this form is that you didn't bring your clothes with you. And so Zaf is now standing naked in the back.
No, I'm laying on the ground. I said I was by the ground.
Zaf is now laying on the ground naked in the back of homeroom.
Wait, what is Miss Quinn doing?
Oh man, Cassie is so turned on right now.
I go, Gree, you have to give me your jacket.
so Gree, okay, this is what we see, right? Gree. Gree's kind of like daydreaming, right? He's just kind of like, whatever.
I'm moping.
You're moping.
Brooding. I'm brooding.
You're brooding, of course. And you look down, you see this like red mist, and you're just like, what in the? And then it materializes as Zaf. He's on the ground
I'm
naked.
Face
and he's
down on the ground.
Up at you.
I'm face down on the ground, staring up. You can see my chiseled behind. And I just go, Gree, give me your jacket.
Noah and Ben just like swear and just like, what the? Zaf, what are you doing? And then everyone just like looks behind. It's just like, what? And chaos really ensues.
Somebody just be like, oh man, Zaf is streaking for spirit.
That might be what happens here, but Gree, how do you respond immediately?
You better give me your jacket. Give me your jacket,
nerd. Wait. I
didn't hypnotize you.
Who did? Because I have the hypnotized condition.
It was
probably Quinn.
Oh, no, it's Quinn. Yeah, you're right.
Was it?
She hypnotized you again.
Hypnotize you to get you there, but then
Quinn hypnotized you again to not run.
Yeah.
Yep.
But here's the question: Could could we say that I could use that as an excuse to get rid of the condition against? Like he pulls on.
I don't
on,
think
like,
so. No, it's
okay,
not. It's not Zaf who did it. Yeah.
No.
If Zaf had hypnotized you and he gave you this demand, I could definitely see an argument for that because, like, I'm doing what he says and now it goes away. Yeah, but not.
What did Miss Quinn tell me? How did Miss Quinn hypnotize me? I guess that's my question because I'm still hypnotized.
That you had to like say it or you couldn't. Like,
basically, you can't try to escape her. Is the condition. So as long as she's fine with you being at school, that's fine. It's just that like you basically you have to stay wherever she wants you to stay.
Just give me your jacket, dude.
My other option was I have the condition sick. I could barf.
You're gonna barf on me instead of giving me your jacket.
Here's
give me your jacket.
Either way, you're being
just give me your jacket.
No. Here's what Gree would say, right, to get rid of the hypnosis, because the condition is he can't escape. Say, Zaf, kidnap me right now. Get me out of here.
I feel like that's outside of the scope of this immediate scene, but yeah.
I mean,
that is something Gree could think about later.
Here's the thing. I'm trying to think of what would Gree do right now. Right. He's just kind of like the. You know what? I think.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I think the two options we have before us, right, is Gree gives Zaf his jacket, in which case Zaf is going to probably try to play it off like, I don't know, something's going to be weird about the situation, but probably no one's going to say he's streaking. If Gree doesn't give him the jacket, then Zaf is probably going to have to play into the streaking comment and just be like, yeah, I guess I am, if he wants to get over this situation.
This is what I'll do. I'll think like he probably will go through his mind like, I don't want to help him, but he does know Miss
terribly nice to you.
But I was like, but he's like, but he does know Miss Quinn.
Yeah.
She's trying to kill me, dude.
Just throw the jacket. Just like maybe he can help me out with her, not knowing.
Yeah, you at least have his goodwill now. So Murphy from the back of the class just says, Zaf, I am going to have to ask you to put your clothes back on. And then, someone says, he's streaking for Spirit Week. And Murphy's like, listen, I am all for school spirit, everyone. As they like all start like yelling over each other. But this is not an acceptable way to celebrate it.
Okay.
You see the girls like looking back and like pretending to cover their eyes, but they're like looking at you through their fingers.
Yeah, I think I put the jacket on like a normal jacket, and then like
so
stand up still facing like the back.
Yep.
And I go, does anybody have some pants I could use?
Gym shorts.
I think we just cut from the scene there, right? The damage has been done. I think we cut away, and you are now in the school counselor's office, with like sweatpants and whatnot on, in this weird jacket.
Truly, this is so good for me because then I'm just in the presence of other people.
Yeah.
I
think Quinn realized pretty quickly that she wasn't going to be able to get at you, and so she gave up. But so what's her face, the school counselor, who I do have a name for, let me find
Miss Christine
Clark, yeah,
because
Mrs. Clark, Mrs. Clark says, Zaf, now I have to ask you, is there a particular reason
I'm starved for attention at home?
She nods and she says, and write something down.
I try and get attention in all the wrong ways. Girls, popularity.
Yeah. Zaf, no, normally, she's like sets the notepad down. Normally, this would be the sort of stuff that I would just eat up. You know, it would be stuff that I feel like I could actually, concretely help you with. But I have to be honest, it's coming off as an excuse for something probably much bigger than you're trying to let on. So
I like kick up my leg, like, so my leg is like up in another chair, like with me up, and kind of I'm like hand in my hair, like looking very distressed. And I'm just kind of like, did you hear what my girlfriend did yesterday?
Yes, I am aware. I have an appointment scheduled with Cassie soon, and I will be talking to her about that. Is this...
She told me she wasn't even sorry. I don't know what to do.
She picks up her notepad again. Write something down.
I didn't even know she did it until this morning. Todd told me. And I asked her about it, and she acted like she didn't, it wasn't even a big deal.
I've been worried about Cassie for a little while now. Can you tell me anything about what's going on there?
I don't know.
I don't want to accuse you of anything, but this started happening around the time you started dating. Are you sure
Are
there's
you
nothing?
saying that I did this?
No, I already said I'm not trying to accuse you of anything. There's a connection here, and I want to make sure that I dig into it if I can. Are you saying there's nothing you've noticed about Cassie?
I don't know about Cassie. I know Amy had said things to me. I don't know if like Cassie got
what
jealous.
Sort of things?
I mean, kind of like blush a little bit. I mean, it's the things that I don't really want to say to you, so it feels weird.
Can you give me a category?
Romantic entanglement.
Okay, so Amy was mad about Cassie dating you, and I heard she confronted Cassie in the parking lot. I know that much. But why would Cassie respond so violently? I've known Cassie since she was 6 years old. She's never done anything like this, and certainly not intentionally, purposefully, with no remorse. Zaf, you have to tell me something. What's going on?
How am I supposed to know? I'm the one coming to you worried.
So obviously you know exactly what's going on. So you're going to have to make a roll here. So you're shutting her down, right? You're trying to just roll with cold and just be like, listen, lady, I don't know anything. I'm the person who needs
I just ran through.
Yeah.
I was just in homeroom naked, and I'm letting you know that it's because of this.
Yes. Yeah, go and roll with cold.
Okay. That's a little insensitive.
8. Okay. So choose one from below, but you come across poorly and they give you a condition in return. So you can choose, they lose a string on you. If they have no strings on you, gain 1 on them. They gain a condition, or you take 1 forward. Go ahead and choose that first, and then we can figure out the rest.
Wait, can you repeat those? Sorry.
They lose a string on you. You gain a string on them. They gain a condition. You take 1 forward.
Can I say with this, like, oh, no, that's too dangerous, maybe. If I, like, bring up Miss Quinn, that maybe I've seen them together, and then I can give her the condition suspicious, like, of Quinn.
Yeah.
Like she's like, you have to tell me something. And I'm like, I don't know. Ugh, fine. The only thing I can think of that's different is I've seen Cassie spending time with Miss Quinn. I don't really know what they're doing because she doesn't even have class with her, and like she doesn't need a tutor. I don't know. It's probably nothing. Maybe she just needs somebody to talk to.
Yeah, so she does that thing where like she has her little pen and she's just like tap, 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 tapping it against the notepad, kind of like nervously, and she says, All right, Zeph. I'll talk to Miss Quinn about it.
No, she already doesn't like me.
I won't tell her that you said. I won't tell her that you said anything. I'm just gonna have a conversation with her, Zaf.
Okay.
Young man, I'm worried about you. Being popular is not all there is in the world. Once you get out of high school, you're gonna realize that, and you're gonna see all the time you wasted with stupid stuff like this.
Like worrying about my girlfriend because she stabbed somebody in the eye.
No. Like acting out in the most moronic way I could think of.
So you'd rather I stab somebody in the eye too?
No, I'm saying that a more mature young man would have talked to someone about it. But of course, that's not you. And she like stands up and she says,
"Whoa, harsh guidance counselor."
Yeah, I think she's like done with your crap, right? Because that's the confident the consequence for the partial success here is she's just like not interested in you, like your sob story anymore. She's like, I'm worried about this thing that's happening, but like, I can't. I'm not sympathetic to the way you handled all of this. So she's like, listen, Zaf, I'm here if you want to talk. But that's what mature people do. They talk.
Well, apparently I'm not mature, so I probably won't be talking to you again.
She gives you like a tight-lipped smile, and then she just says, have a good one, Zaf.
Just give her a little like, you too.
And we see her walk over to the like, I guess I was going to say she walked over to a landline phone. Wow. What is wrong with me? She pulls out her cell phone and she kind of flips through her contacts and chooses one and calls. Well, she probably actually grabs her like little laptop and like looks up a phone number and then calls it. And then she says, yes, Mrs. Tresnor, I just wanted to talk to you about your son. I'm a little worried about him. And then we just cut away. So, Iceland, what's going on with you right now?
Well, obviously, I witnessed that whole crazy.
Yes, 100% you did. You saw Zaf butt
I definitely
naked.
popped up my hood and like turned the other way. I like to think that Garrett like got up behind me and was like, no.
No, he probably was just so surprised by it that he didn't think to do anything until it was too late. But yeah.
Probably, but I'm just like, I don't want to look at that. Yeah. Not even no. I like to think that Iceland probably has like Silver Spirit Day, right? Her attempt of trying, because she and Garrett compromised that they were both gonna like try, right? You know, like to be in each other's worlds, kind of a thing. So her version of trying is that she has like like the streaks under her eyes, just like those, like colors. That, like the spirit colors under her eyes, and that's like the most. I mean, obviously she can't dress any differently, so she's like, I'll do this.
Nice,
And that's all I got for the school day. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, no, I know there's not a whole lot going on with Iceland right now. Let me real quick. I'm gonna check my notes. I think I had one about you.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would probably do is like whisper to Gree. I'm like, great. I'm gonna go to.
What did you say?
We couldn't hear what you said either, Alyssa.
Oh, I was just whispering like, great. I'm gonna go to the plant tonight.
Okay, let me know what you find out. I don't know when I'll get to hear it because I'm kind of a prisoner, but thanks anyway.
I'll try to go to Miss Quinn's house tonight.
Okay.
If I escape.
I have a feeling that, well, actually, could I, what's it called? Not stare into the abyss?
Mm-hmm. What are you trying to find out?
I want to see if Gree would have a feeling that Zaf's, coming in naked had anything to do with Miss Quinn.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead and roll with dark.
I hope you find out it had everything to do with Miss Quinn.
Yeah. Because gonna CSI the situation.
Well, because the way I see it, he probably heard him saying, like, I'm gonna go see. Why else would he be gone?
Yeah.
Is my thought.
Yeah, I think it's a reasonable conclusion for Gree to come to if he makes an effort.
Unfortunately, I do not have any strings. And now that forward would have helped, but whatever. partial succeed.
Okay. 7 to 9, the abyss shows you confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless.
Probably what happens is, well, actually, you tell me.
Well, I was just gonna say, I'm just like gonna glance at this and see what specification it gives for like confusing and alarming.
Well, alarming sounds like Miss Quinn trying to stab.
Well, I mean, that's exactly what happened, though.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how that.
It doesn't really give any specifications. So I guess you just. You know what it probably is? It's like because you have some sort of like psychic connection to Miss Quinn with your like the hypnosis thing that's going on. Mm-hmm. You probably, once you start thinking about it, you like relive the whole memory from her perspective, right? You just see it from her perspective. You see that Quinn was about to kill Zaf, and it's definitely. I think it shakes you up a bit. So I'm just going to give you the condition shaken.
Another condition, another experience.
And but you know what happened with Zaf.
I guess it's confusing in the sense that I don't know why it happened.
Yes, which is why you're shaking about it.
I'd probably say,
is she some sort of crazy psycho lady who's just going to kill all of us?
Actually, maybe what happened is like I had that vision while it was happening, and then like
I didn't know what was going on. Yeah,
and then I saw the mist, and I'm like, that's Zaf, isn't it?
That makes sense. Yep.
So I'd say to Iceland, I'm like,
it's also probably confusing because you're seeing it from her perspective. She's like, am I killing him?
Like, what's going on? Do I want to kill Zaf? Is that what's happening? Subconscious desires?
It's like, I'm kind of a prisoner to Miss Quinn, and I have a feeling what happened with Zaf was because of her. It may have not been. I think she tried to kill him. And I don't know exactly why. I don't know if we have any idea if this has anything to do with Cassie necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, and Iceland at this point is kind of like, Zaf hasn't exactly been very good to us. I mean, I don't wish him dead, but I certainly, he's making it very hard for me to really care to look out for him.
Yeah, that's what's hilarious about this is like Iceland and Gree have been like on the same side the entire game, and Zaf is just on his little world, just doing whatever makes Zaf happy.
What's wrong with that? Like, he never gave me back my jacket. I don't want my jacket back.
Do you want it back? It sounds like the kind of thing that you'd be like, no, just keep it at this point.
I don't know. I kind of want it back.
You can have it back. You can have the jacket back. The school provided me sweatpants.
But I think Eslin's just like, I'll find a way to find you in the morning somehow.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll figure it out. I mean, I don't have to be at homecoming until evening, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured this is the last thing I could do for you before I go
Get
away.
what's mine.
Thanks. It's nice to think that something good will happen at least.
I'll try.
Hey, if you
that's what's going to happen in the nuclear power plant. Good things.
Yeah,
she's a ghost. Hey, I don't know if I've said this before. If you see Brandon, stay away from him. He's kind of weird. He's kind of thinks.
I pretty much stay away from everybody. So
it's probably for the best.
Okay, well,
even Cassie. She was like really nice. Now she's psycho. Like, who do you trust anymore? This town's going mad.
Yeah. Well, that's another reason why I'm not a huge fan of Zaf. It's pretty much all his fault.
It's not wrong. Actually,
I know this. I saw them in the closet.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
I have a string on her.
Mm-hmm. Brandon is completely my fault.
Yes,
yeah. Well, I'm gonna go have lunch with Garrett, so I guess I'll see you around.
Okay, I'm gonna try and avoid Brandon.
So Iceland, you're walking to lunch, right? And you happen to pass the counselor's office, and Christine notices you, and she says, "Oh, Iceland, good. I meant to grab you earlier. Can we talk?"
Right now, we can't talk Monday.
It'll only take a couple of minutes.
I'm really hungry. I really want to go get lunch.
Iceland.
Okay.
She leads you in and closes the door, and she says, so when we had that conversation about Garrett a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Well, something just seemed a little off about it. So I decided to decided to call your parents to ask a couple of questions. And Iceland, who are you staying with?
Oh,
do you have an uncle, a legal guardian of some sort that I don't know about? I mean, if your parents are dead, I don't want to pry or have you relive any traumatic memories, but
yeah, I mean, so yeah, they're definitely dead. Thanks for bringing them up.
Start crying and let her leave you alone.
And just I live with my uncle, and he's just out of town for a while, so it's just been me.
Roll to shut her down.
Shut her down. What is that? Cold?
Cold, yeah.
Did you say you had a string on her too?
No. I have a string on Miss Quinn.
Right.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm not gonna write a novel. Partial success.
Yeah, also many partial successes. All right, so same thing. You come across poorly, but you can choose one from below, and they give you a condition in return. Lose a string.
I'll take a +1 forward.
Yeah, +1 forward. Yeah, that makes sense.
I have a feeling I'm going to need it.
So, you're going to get the condition. Do you have the condition liar?
No.
Yeah, you think you get it because she pretty much sees right through the bullcrap enough. Like, obviously, you succeed.
She's dealt with too much bullcrap today.
She's just like, listen, these teenagers are just getting to me. Like, so. She puts a hand on your
her bullcrap meter with me though has been pretty low. I made it.
So she puts a hand on your knee and she just says, Iceland, I understand that these sorts of things can be traumatic, but you need to be honest with me. I'm not trying to make things more difficult for you. I'm trying to help you. And so if you're in a family situation that you need help with, I'm here. Okay? I will always be on your side. So you don't have to tell me anything if you don't want me to, if you don't want to. But I'd like to think that we're close enough that you trust me enough to just be honest with me.
So then Iceland kind of drops the act and she just goes, I'm just not ready to talk about it yet. I'm sorry, but maybe one day.
Can you at least tell me who you're staying with?
I mean, is this part of the success condition that I like?
You can do whatever you want. She's just asking. If you don't tell her, she will accept it.
Yeah, I think she just shakes her head.
Okay.
Just know that I'm okay.
Yeah. You can tell that she doesn't believe it, but she's like,
Or
okay, go have lunch.
Thank you.
Say hi to Garrett for me.
I will.
I'm glad that worked out, by the way. I think you're cute together.
Okay, getting attention to personal here.
Bye, Iceland.
Okay. Bye.
She heads out. And Christine's just sitting there like, do I just call
CPS?
Yeah, she's on the verge of just going to the government about this in some capacity.
Don't put me in foster care.
Yeah, that's basically what but I mean, that's not going to work, right? Or whatever is going to happen there. But this is definitely the most you've been ever involved in stuff at this school. So the way that you've been able to get away with being here for 50 years is starting to fade as you get
right.
More
well, and
I
haven't actually been
stuff.
Here the full 50 years. Right. I was invisible for a little over half of it.
So we can see that she's on the edge, but we don't see her and make another phone call or anything. So. Cool. I think it's probably a good enough place to take a break. And then we can come back and do some more Monsterhearts. I think probably we're gonna skip forward a little bit and things are gonna start to go down. Because I mean, we're just getting to that point. Cool. This has been Monsterhearts. We'll be back in just a little bit. Stick around. We'll be back soon.